In this video, I wanted to talk about what to do if you're in regular contact with your ex, if you're just sort of friends with your ex, but you can't seem to get to the next stage of getting them to admit to want you back or feel that desire or that spark for you again. So one of the very common reasons for an ex breaking up with you, breaking up with somebody, is their reason being, I just don't feel that spark anymore. I don't feel the passion. I think we get along on a friend's level, but not in an intimate sense of the word. So if that was your reason for the breakup, and you find that your ex has put you into the friends category, then this is what you need to do. Whether you've told your ex you've agreed to be friends or not, it doesn't matter what you've said to them. What's most important is how you act around them. Okay, so if you act in a non-friendly way, if you act like you want more than a friend, then that will mean more than what you've actually told your ex. Most likely your ex will want to be friends. They don't want to have ill feelings, bad feelings with you. So they'll want to, be friendly, and they'll still want to have some conversations with you and keep that sort of relationship going because they don't want to lose that aspect of your friendship. But what you need to do is remember that it's not about maintaining a friendship anymore. It's about reattracting them. So if you think back to what you did in the beginning to attract your ex, what were the things that you did differently to when you were just friends, if you were just friends with your ex? Most likely, you probably would have flirted with them. A lot of flirting is great because it builds some kind of sexual attraction, some chemistry there. It's also flattering and makes the other person feel good. So if you're a guy, using a bit of that cocky, funny thing, make them laugh a lot, make yourself, tease them and pretend to be a little bit arrogant, but saying it in a joking way is really good to build that chemistry and the rapport. But the key thing with that is that you need to make sure you don't fall into the role of being overdoing things for them. Okay, if it's a girl you're trying to impress, you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to constantly be pleasing her. You want to be, maintain your manliness. You maintain, what you believe in. Don't always let her have her way, because women can take advantage of a guy if he is too nice. So just make sure be funny and tease her and joke around, but be a little bit difficult as well, so it doesn't seem like she's always getting her way. Same as if you're a woman, tease him, flirt with him, give him a little bit of attention, but pull away too, so there is always that friction. So it's not always you just pleasing him, doing whatever he wants. You're saying, I'm interested in you, but at the same time, I'm not. So you're always doing the push-pull thing with your ex. So it's not always a straight line and everything is very straightforward and predictable. That's the other thing. Unpredictability is key, is one of the important things here in terms of getting yourself out of the friend zone or, just being friends. You want to have your own things going on in life that your ex doesn't know about, but you also want to inject spontaneity and a bit of something unpredictable into the conversation or into the way your the things you do, or just different stuff. Make things fun, make things interesting. Don't just talk about the same stuff all the time. And when you do that, it'll make them rethink about who you are and why you've suddenly changed, why you're suddenly acting different, or if you act a little bit mysterious, that is really good too. You don't want to always reveal everything about yourself. Instead of just, if you're talking, instead of saying everything that's happened to you during the week, keep a little bit to yourself, and instead ask get your ex to guess what's been happening or guess some information out of you. If you know, so you want to withhold some information and get your ex to guess it out of you, and you know, inject some teasing and some flirting and some touching. Touching is very important. That's probably the last point I want to make about make sure you transgress past just the friends. You need to touch as often as you can without it looking creepy, of course. So when you're making a point, you know, touch her on the shoulder, you know, brush up against him when you're standing close or standing in line somewhere, put your hand on her back, you know, things like that. Those very subtle things are really important, and it will create some tension there, some invisible tension there. So if you use all those elements, so remember, don't, you know, if you've already told her you want to be friends, you agree to be friends, you know, all of that, just forget all that. Get what you've just said. Your actions is going to indicate otherwise. You're not going to just stay as a friend. You're going to move towards re-attracting her, creating that chemistry, that spark. And that is mostly about you, if you're a man, getting in touch with your manhood, you know, teasing her, but being your, you know, how you were when you first attracted her sort of to you. If you're a woman, get in touch with your feminine side and, you know, attracting him that way like you did in the beginning, but not fully giving him everything he wants as well. So you're doing a bit of the push-pull thing. And lastly, you want to make sure there's a lot of touching. You know, touch a lot. And with the touching, it's the same with the push-pull, you know, like don't be touching all the time. Make sure it's reciprocated every now and then, and that it's not awkward, you know, when you do it. So as you build these, the more you contact each other, the more you tease one another, and there's mystery there, and there's touching, and there's like getting more intimate and close. You want to just keep escalating that. And if you're on a date and things are going well, then see how far you can push it until your ex realizes they're so far beyond that friend zone that it's no longer friends anymore. Okay. So that's basically what you want to do. Transition up towards that attraction. Keep going. Don't just play safe and stay in that friend zone, because the only one holding you back is yourself. So just keep that in mind. Keep the end goal in mind, and you should be good.